Hi everyone. This is actually a video I was thinking about doing. It's been a long time that I wanted to, and I think just recently has kind of been the time it's encouraged me to make it the most. Um, so outside the UK, he's he's less known. But it's worldwide news at the moment, what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I saw some of his videos, they will pop up on my page, on my YouTube shorts, things like that, and I would watch them. And I can honestly say there was a lot of what he said that I didn't agree with. There was a couple of things that kind of, it's like, oh, that's something to think about, but it's still very sad when you think about what's happened to him. And there's a lot of people that didn't like Charlie Kirk and they didn't agree with what he said or what he believed in or stood for. And just lately, pretty much everywhere the news is being spread about him, there's a lot of very hateful, like really bad comments going on. And it's so sad to see because last night I was looking on a Facebook page and it was about how been, how what had happened. And someone said something, and all I put on the quotes, I can't imagine what his children and his wife are going through right now. That'd be a really difficult conversation to have. And it got laugh reacted. And I very much believe everyone is entitled to their opinion. But it just struck me how much the world is changing. And this is nowhere near as bad. I would never compare it to in the same way. I had a time, I think around last year, I was feeling very down about my writing. I was finding it hard to believe in myself and, anything like that. And I found a post, it was on Facebook again, and it was a picture, and it had all the things that famous authors went through to get where they are today. So it had Stephen King on there and how he nearly threw away his manuscript of Carrie, and his wife fished out of the bin and urged him to complete it. And look where he is now, and that's one of his most famous pieces. And then there was on the same thing, it was J.K. Rowling, and she went through a lot to get to where she is today. And I'm not going to go through it all because it was terrible things that happened. And there's no end to the controversy that surrounds J.K. Rowling at the moment. And she can really hurt some people's feelings, and I understand that. And I would never try and take that away from anyone. But that post was about her writing and about other people's writing and about what they overcame. It had nothing to do with anything else except that portion. And the amount of hate I got on that post just because it had J.K. Rowling in it. I was being told how much of a horrible person she is and how could you support her, and do you support Hitler, because you support someone like her. And it got to me so much I kind of clammed up. And then a few years ago someone passed away, and it just so happens that they were a cross-dresser. And there was some really awful things saying how glad they were and how it was better for the world. It's like that person has friends and family, and if they ever saw that, how upset they would be. And it doesn't mean that they're a better person for having friends and family. They should get an automatic, they've not done anything wrong because they're a family person. But it means that they did have friends and family, and there's a chance that they will see what you put. And it don't cost anything for you to be better than what you believe they were and not upset another human being. You can still have your own opinions, but you don't have to be horrible to them. You don't have to take it out on these people that seemingly innocent, because you don't know their story. You don't know what a person's actually like. And when it came to J.K. Rowling, before people knew about all the controversies, they read her books, they bought the memorabilia and things like that, and it doesn't make what she did any better. But it means that they saw something in the first place, and they're just they're taking it completely back, and that is wrong. So when it came to what happened to Charlie Kirk, he said some things I definitely don't agree with. I think they're horrible. But he's done some things that have changed the community, whether people want to see it or not. It might have been for the better. Someone might have been about to do something really bad and heard something he said and changed their mind. And that could have saved a lot of tragedy. You would never know. And just because they can't defend themselves at this point doesn't mean they deserve all of this, because they're his wife and his children. They could see it. There's so much going on right now. I think it's pretty obvious that they are going to see it. So when people say, oh, well, just because he's got a wife and kids, it doesn't matter, it doesn't make them better, it doesn't mean they haven't done horrible things, it's true. They've still done what they've done, but they haven't. They're completely innocent. Those children are so young, they don't understand. And they're going to be told in the cruelest way, when people could just sit back, keep the worst things inside, give their opinions, of course, but just try not to hurt anyone in the process. So this video, like I said, I was thinking of posting my feelings about it, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be fake about it and just keep my feelings bottled up. The ones where, if I had something really horrible to say, I'll keep it inside and I would say it in a better way. But when it's something like this, I want to speak up to myself, because I felt ganged up on, and that was wrong. But then just seeing how people ganged up on Charlie Kirk's wife and kids, and they ganged up on this person because they were a cross-dresser and his friends and family, it's not right, and it makes you so angry, because it makes you think, what's happened to the world? Why have people turned out to be so cruel when they haven't? There's no reason. There's no reason to say all these horrible things. You can say what you think without being absolutely terrible people. And some people have just chose to bypass that. To say their children must be heartbroken and then to put a laugh react on it, it's not right. It's a shame. Some people might not be tremendously upset or something, but a life is gone. And the people that loved and cared for Charlie Kirk, and this person I'm talking about, and the authors and things like that, they are going to see this and they are going to have to deal with this. And that's what they don't understand. They can say all the horrible things they want and forget about it, but they will live with it for the rest of their lives. They will find that the person that they cared about, their final, their dedications were marred by insults and slurs and all sorts. And that's no way to treat someone, alive or not. That's no way to remember someone, alive or not, no matter what you thought of them. Think what you like about them, but you don't have to be a horrible person. And there are so many good people out there who have been respectful, and it gives you that little scrap of hope that there are good people out there, because I know there are. I meet good people every single day, and there's good people, and yeah, sometimes it means that they're famous, sometimes it means that no one knows who they are, but they are good people. And I just wanted to make this post because it's something that's been on my mind since last night, but the author stuff has been on my mind since it happened almost a year ago. Just how people's perceptions can change, but they can also become so completely nasty about it, and it's upsetting. So I'm sorry for the long rant, the long video, but I think this is something that I wanted to say, and I hope people think about it, and please share your views in the comments, and thank you for listening.